Again, I will start in the book for your solutions video because it is easier, because I copy and pasted this. So I wanted you to do area problem 14, so using the same thing that we used last time for our area book work, but you only had to do 14. So they give me triangle DEF. So there's D, E, F, little d, little e, little f. And they tell me that little e is equal to 336, little f is equal to 257, and the measure of angle D is 122. I'm finding the area. Alright, this fits my requirement for area. Two sides included angle. So my area is going to equal 1/2 E times F times the sine of D, which I can plug in. So that's 336, 257, and the sine of 122. All right, sine of 122 is something gross because it's not one of our exact values. So we're just going to put all of this into our calculator, which I'm doing right now. And we are rounding to the nearest tenth. Ooh, this is a big freaking triangle. This is going to be 39,884.6 units. Alrighty, so two sides, included angle, plug it in, round appropriately. Easy peasy. Moving on, we had to do stuff about sigma notation and double angle. I'm going to do double angle first. We just had to finish up the worksheet that we had started in class. We did 1 and 2, so we needed to do 3. So we're working on 3. They tell us that sine x is 12/13. And they also tell us that x is an acute angle, and we want to find cosine of 2x. Alright, so looking on your reference sheet, we're doing the cosine of 2x, or 2a on your reference sheet. You have a lot of choices, but we're going to pick the choice that just has to do with sine because that's all I know. So this is going to be 1 minus 2 sine squared x. So this is going to be 1 minus 2 times 12/13 squared. 1 minus 2, 12 squared is 144, 13 squared is 169, I do believe. So then this is going to be 1 minus 2 times 144 gives me 288 over 169. And 1 minus 288 divided by 169 as a fraction will give you negative 119 over 169. Now, did they want me to find just this? Perfect. So that is going to be choice 4. Easy peasy, just using the identities. We did number 4 in class. That's weird. All of those answers were choice 4 on the front. Weird. So then we have to do number 5. Page 5, they tell me I'm working with positive acute. They tell me that sine x is equal to 1/2, and I want to find sine of 2x. Again, using your reference sheet, the formula for sine 2x is equal to 2 sine x cosine x. So here we don't have a choice. We have to use this formula. I can plug 1/2 in for sine x. I need to do some work to find cosine x. I'll come over here and use my Pythagorean identity. Sine squared x plus cosine squared x equals 1. Plug in my 1/2. 1/2 squared is 1/4. So that is going to be cosine squared x is equal to 3/4. So take the square root of both sides. Cosine x will be equal to plus or minus the square root of 3 over 2. They told me that my angle was positive and acute, so that means I'm in quadrant 1, where cosines are positive, so I just want the positive answer. So that is what I will plug in here. And then remember, this 2 is like over 1, so I can go ahead and multiply straight across. 2 times 1 times the square root of 3 is 2 square root of 3. And 1 times 2 is 4. Cancel, cancel. you get the square root of 3 over 2. So again, choice 4. I swear to God, I did not know that all of these would end up being 4. Weird. Alrighty. Number 6. They tell me that the sine of A is equal to 2/3. And they tell me that A is between 0 and 90. So I'm between 0 and 90. I'm in quadrant 1. And they want me to find the sine of 2A, which is the same one that I just used. 2 sine A, cosine A. I can plug in, but I need to do some work to find my cosine. Sine squared A plus cosine squared A equals 1. Plug in. Boop. 2 squared is 4, 3 squared is 9. Subtract that from both sides. Cosine squared A will be equal to 5/9. So when you take the square root of both sides, cosine A will be equal to plus or minus the square root of 5 over 3. But since I'm between 0 and 90 in quadrant 1, cosines are positive. And then I can just go ahead. Remember, this 2 is over 1, so go straight across the top, straight across the bottom. 2 times 2 times the square root of 5 is 4 square root of 5. And 1 times 3 times 3 is 9. Nothing can cancel. You are done. And that one's choice 3. Finally, we did not get a 4. Moving on, just a few left. Number 7, they tell us sine A is equal to 3/5. They want us to find the cosine of 2A. So looking at the reference sheet, there are 3 different formulas for cosine 2A. I'm going to use the one that just deals with sines, so I don't have to do more work than necessary. So 1 minus 2 times sine squared A. So that's 2 times 3/5 squared. 3/5 squared is 9/25. Square the top, square the bottom. So that's going to be 1 minus 18/25, which I do believe is 7/25. And bingo, bango, done. That was not a multiple choice question, so that is just your final answer. Moving on, number 8. 8 gives us sine A being equal to 2/3. We want to find cosine of 2A. So sine A equals 2/3. We want to find the cosine of 2A. Again, looking at the record sheet, there are a couple different choices for cosine. We are going to use the one that just uses sine. So that's 1 minus 2 times sine squared A, which is 1 minus 2 times 2/3 squared. 2/3 squared is 4/9. And 2 times 4 is 8. 1 minus 8/9 is 1/9. And that is the final answer. Just one more. One more. Un más. On this worksheet, at least. So now theta is in quadrant 2. They tell us that, and they tell us that cosine theta is equal to -3/4. We want to find an exact value, so maybe I'm going to have to use my special right triangles, I don't know. Exact value for sine 2 theta. Alright, sine 2 theta, there's no choice. The formula is 2 sine theta cosine theta, right on your reference sheet. I can plug in, but I need to do some work. I know cosine, I need to find sine. So let's come over here, sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta equals 1. So sine squared plus -3/4 squared. Notice I put the negative in parentheses. Why did I put the negative in parentheses? Because it is also getting squared. This is going to become plus +9 over 16. So many of you want to keep it at a negative, and it is going to mess up your answer a lot. Okay? Make sure that you are squaring the negative. Subtract that from both sides. You are going to get 7 over 16. Take the square root of both sides. Whoops. I wish I could just erase with my hand. So sine theta will be equal to plus or minus the square root of 7 over 4. I'm in quadrant 2. Signs are positive in quadrant 2. So positive square root of 7 over 4. And then, remembering that's over 1, I can multiply straight across the top, straight across the bottom. Straight across the top will give me negative 6 times the square root of 7. And straight across the bottom will give me 4 times 4, which is 16. And you are not done because I'm pretty sure 2 goes into both of those. 2 goes in here 3 times, 2 goes in here 8 times. So your final answer should be negative 3 square root of 7 over 8. Alright, please make sure you cancel. You always need to simplify as much as possible. And moving on, you also had to do numbers 9 through 12 on the Sigma worksheet. Everybody said that these are super easy. I hope they are. Number 9 is the summation from m equals 1 to 6 of m squared plus 1 over m. So I'm starting at 1 and I'm ending at 6. Now, you don't have to write out all the steps, but I'm going to just so everybody can follow along. So when I start at 1, I'm plugging in 1 for m. So that's going to be 1 plus 1 over 1. Next, I have to plug in 2. 2 squared is 4, so that's going to be 4 plus 1 over 2. Next, I'm going to plug in 3. 3 squared is 9 plus 1 over 3. Next, I have to plug in 4. 4 squared is 16 plus 1 over 4. Next, I have to plug in 5. 5 squared is 25 plus 1 over 5. Next, I have to plug in 6. 6 squared is 36 plus 1 all over 6. And I'm done. All right, my upper bound was 6. That tells me where to stop. Now I can simplify. That's going to be 2 over 1 plus 5 over 2 plus 10 over 3 plus 17 over 4 plus 26 over 5 plus 37 over 6. If you want, you can just write 2 over 1 is 2. But you are going to leave it like this. Alright, this is your final answer. When you write something out as a series, we leave it. We don't actually add everything up. So that is the answer to number 9. Moving on to number 10. The summation from n equals 4 to 9 of 100 minus n. So now I'm starting at 4, and I'm going to plug in until I get to 9. So when I plug in 4, this is going to be 100 minus 4. So I start at 4. Plus, next I'm going to plug in 5. Next I'm going to plug in 6. Next I'm going to plug in 7. Next I'm going to plug in 8. Next I'm going to plug in 9. And then I'm going to stop, because I stop when I get to 9. You don't have to write this, okay? If you just want to go ahead and say, okay, well, this is going to be 96, and that's going to be 95, 94, 93, 92, 91. All right, that is the final answer. We do not add them up because we are just expanding. Number 11. Summation from m equals 0 to 5 of m times m plus 2. I'm going to start plugging in at 0. So this is going to be 0 times 0 plus 2. Plus 1 times 1 plus 2. Plus 2 times 2 plus 2. A lot of 2's. Plus 3 times 3 plus 2. Plus 4 times 4 plus 2. plus 5 times 5 plus 2, and I stop. Alright, 0 times anything is 0. This is, I'll write it in a different color. 1 times 3, which is 3. This is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4, so 2 times 4 gives me 8. This is 3 times 3 plus 2, which is 5. 3 times 5 gives me 15. This is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. 4 times 6 is 24. And then this is 5 times 5 plus 2, which is 7. 5 times 7 is 35. And you leave it like that. And last but certainly not least, number 12. The summation from k equals 0 to 4 of 100 minus k. This looks almost exactly like number 10, except we're starting in different places. So this is going to be 100 minus 0 plus 100 minus 1 plus 100 minus 2 plus 100 minus 3 plus 100 minus 4, which is 100 plus 99 plus 98 plus 97 plus 96. And that is it. We are done. Bingo, bango, bango.